Welcome to this explainer. Right now, there is a massive, quiet shift happening entirely in the background of the insurance industry. Today, we're going to explore how a platform called Guidewire is fundamentally transforming the highly stressful, notoriously complex insurance claims process. But we aren't just looking at the software itself. We're also going to uncover exactly why mastering this specific technology has become a seriously lucrative career move for IT professionals all around the globe.
Let's be honest for a second. Have you ever actually had to file an insurance claim? It is basically the ultimate test of a company's reliability. Think about it. When a customer experiences a loss, they're already stressed out. If their claim isn't handled efficiently, that customer instantly loses trust in the brand. And on the flip side, for the insurance company, well, if their process is broken, their operational costs absolutely shoot up, and they leave themselves wide open to massive financial setbacks. It's a lose-lose. Now, when you contrast the traditional way of handling things with the Guidewire method, the value of this modern software becomes immediately crystal clear. You see, traditional claims processing is essentially plagued by slow, manual handoffs. Honestly, legacy systems can take literally weeks to process what modern software handles in just minutes. It relies on endless paperwork, constant follow-ups, and is so highly prone to human error. Guidewire ClaimCenter completely flips this script. It introduces a fast, digital-first approach with automated straight-through processing, incredibly high accuracy, and total transparency for both the insurer and the policyholder. It's a real game changer. So here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, 1. The insurance claims revolution. Next, 2. Inside the Guidewire workflow. Then, 3. Under the technical hood. Moving on to 4. The cloud and the future. And finally, your Guidewire career path. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the insurance claims revolution, upgrading the system.
Let's establish exactly why property and casualty insurers globally are overhauling their massive legacy systems. The absolute core takeaway here is that upgrading to Guidewire isn't just some routine IT maintenance project. No, it is a vital, high-stakes business strategy. Insurers are finally realizing they have to fix the most critical, stressful touchpoint they have with their customers. By implementing this tech, companies can automate routine tasks, proactively reduce fraud, and speed up settlements. And doing that directly drives customer trust while ensuring strict regulatory compliance. Moving right along to Section 2, inside the Guidewire workflow, the lifecycle.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a business user for a moment. Every single claim begins with what the industry calls the FNOL, or the first notice of loss. Whether a policyholder calls in on the phone, logs into a web portal, or just taps a button on a mobile app, this is ground zero. ClaimCenter instantly captures the core details of the incident and creates a structured digital record. Think of the FNOL as the digital trigger for the entire automated journey that's about to follow. Once that first notice of loss is registered, ClaimCenter steps in and orchestrates this beautifully complete, repeatable sequence. First, the system automatically checks the coverage and assigns the claim to the right adjuster. From there, it guides the investigation, calculates and manages the financial reserves, routes the settlements for proper internal approval, and finally processes the payment right before closing the claim. It seamlessly moves the work through the entire system, totally bypassing the need for those slow, manual handoffs we were talking about earlier. Now here's a super important concept. To make sure the right person gets paid the exact right amount as fast as possible, the software utilizes a very specific data concept called an exposure. Let's say you have a car accident involving both property damage and medical injuries. Those are entirely different coverages, right? Well, Guidewire tracks each claimant coverage combination as a separate exposure. Managing these independently allows the insurer to precisely track, reserve, and pay out each distinct liability entirely within one overarching claim. It's incredibly efficient. Okay, let's roll up our sleeves and get into Section 3, under the technical hood, the developer's view. So what does this actually look like for the developers sitting at their workstations? How is this sophisticated automation even possible? Well, Guidewire ClaimCenter is built on a highly reliable layered architecture. During processing, a user's action up in the presentation layer, the UI, seamlessly triggers the business logic layer. This logic is driven by Guidewire's specific rules, which then read and write through the data layer. Simultaneously, the integration layer is actively talking to external systems, like payment gateways or fraud detection tools. And the whole thing is safely wrapped in a robust security layer, supported by batch processing just running quietly in the background. To actually build and customize these robust layers, developers need a very specific blend of technical skills. The real anchor here is Guidewire's native object-oriented programming language, which is called Gosu,
But it certainly doesn't stop there. You also need a solid grasp of standard enterprise tools. We're talking Java, SQL for managing the data model, XML, and extensive knowledge of building and consuming REST and SOAP APIs to make that entire integration framework function smoothly. Next up, Section 4, the cloud and the future. Next-gen InsurTech. Here's where things get really exciting. The underlying delivery mechanism of this entire technology is experiencing a massive evolution right now. The industry is aggressively shifting away from clunky on-premise servers straight to the Guidewire Cloud platform. This is delivered as a continuously updated software-as-a-service offering. Because it utilizes a true cloud-native architecture, skills in modern deployment tools like Docker for containerization, Kubernetes for orchestration, and DevOps practices like CI/CD pipelines are quickly becoming absolutely mandatory for any new developers entering the space. And this highly scalable cloud foundation, it perfectly sets the stage for the future of claims. We are looking at a near future heavily driven by artificial intelligence triaging claims automatically. Soon we'll see predictive analytics proactively identifying fraud way before payments are ever made, hyper-automation completely streamlining workflows, and machine learning models providing real-time decision support directly to the adjusters. It's a massive leap forward. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, your Guidewire career path, the opportunity. Let's bring all this technical context right back to you, the viewer. Mastering this platform is, without a doubt, one of the most rewarding career pivots you can make today. If you're an IT professional looking to upskill, you really need to know that global IT giants are desperately seeking Guidewire talent. This is especially true within the booming Indian market, which has actually become one of the world's largest hubs for Guidewire delivery. The demand for configuration, integration, and cloud specialists here is absolutely massive and sustained, largely because they are supporting insurers over in North America, Europe, and Australia. I mean, practically all of the major global technology and consulting firms maintain dedicated Guidewire practices right now. We're talking about heavyweights like Accenture, Cognizant, TCS, Deloitte, and PwC. They are continuously hiring because they're engaged in these massive multi-year implementation and cloud migration programs for their clients. And every single new client needs a small army of trained ClaimCenter specialists to build, integrate, and test these systems. But let's talk about the real bottom line here, the financial payoff. Because Guidewire skills are so scarce, they command a massive premium in the job market. When you break down the numbers, freshers are starting out with highly competitive compensation. But just look at how rapidly it scales as you hit those mid-level and senior roles. And if you go the extra mile and gain that crucial Guidewire cloud and architectural expertise, you unlock incredible earning potential that sits well above standard IT development roles. It's incredibly lucrative. So we've seen exactly how this technology is completely rewiring a massive global industry from the inside out. The salaries are highly competitive, the new cloud architecture is totally cutting edge, and the sheer demand from the world's top firms is undeniable. So the only question left for you is this. As the insurance world races toward the cloud and artificial intelligence, are you ready to start learning and claim your place in the future of InsurTech?